Welcome back to another episode of the Get in Line podcast. I'm Tyler here with my co-host
Joe.
and make sure to follow us on Twitter now. We got a new Twitter handle at Get in Line, so just tweet us and we'll most likely respond. We're college students, but I just want to jump right into it now, Joe. The other night, Game 1 recap.
Definitely. Game 1, crazy game. Toronto, Golden State, Game 1 NBA Finals. We know what happened. Toronto took a commanding lead. I want to get your thoughts, Mr. Warrior fan, because that game, not to be subjective, but that game was just intense, and I want to get your thoughts first, definitely. So we can start
First of all, Warriors in 6. All right, get that out of the way. Get off my chest. I have a lot to talk about. Watching the Warriors past 6 or so years, 7 or so years, watching them, watching every single game, buying NBA League Pass, $120 ridiculous anyway, to watch this team. I know how they play. Last night they didn't play like themselves. Last night, it's like we were talking about. I was over your house last night. We watched the game. The Warriors just have so much going on right now. There's so much what ifs with the Warriors. There's if KD's gonna come back. Now Iguodala just got hurt last night. Who the heck is gonna guard Kawhi Leonard? Last night, the Warriors' problem was that they were doubling Kawhi Leonard. And then with that it opened up for Marc Gasol to have a big night. And Pascal Siakam had a huge night, had a career high in the playoffs against the Warriors. And what did the Raptors do last night? They outscored the Warriors. They outscored them. That's how they won. Warriors still put up 109 last night.
Yeah.
And the Raptors won 118-109. So they outscored the Warriors. And the Raptors didn't even play that much of their bench. They went 8 or 9 deep, right?
Yeah.
The Warriors went deeper on their bench than the Raptors did, and usually it's the opposite. The Warriors, to me, I don't know. I think that they'll still win. Maybe it's just because, I don't know. I don't even know if they'll win. Maybe it's just because I'm negative Nancy, but, I never have faith in any of my teams. But, this season, it's unpredictable what's going to happen.
This finals, yeah.
Yeah, this finals. Last season, we knew the Warriors were going to win. The season before that, when Kevin Durant joined, we knew the Warriors were going to win that. So now it's an unpredictable finals. And with the Warriors down 1-0 now, Kevin Durant's still a probability.
It's the first time they've been down 1-0.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr's 5 years, and they've been to the finals under him every year. So.
And now Kevin Durant's a probability for Game 3, right? Most likely going to come back Game 4, I would think. But I think going into Game 2 for the Warriors need to fix a lot of stuff. Steph needs to stop with stupid flashy passes that he does. It pisses me off. It really does. The behind the back, the over the head to Draymond, that little floater pass. Because Siakam just didn't intercept that. Pretty sure Siakam had 2 or 3 steals last night because of Steph.
Definitely.
Stephen Curry, he didn't play awful. He had 34 points, but he was 3 for 10 at halftime with 13 points and 3 threes and 4 free throws.
Yeah.
This is Steph's chance to prove that he could lead his own team, that he could win without Kevin Durant.
He's done it before.
Win the Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Win the Finals MVP. Win the most prized possession, I guess, in all of basketball. And this is Steph's chance. And last night I didn't see that from him. I just didn't. Clay didn't have a great game either. Draymond had a triple-double.
Clay is a great defender, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you. Did you know that Clay did nothing on defense last night?
I know.
He was actually more of a liability than a helpful player on defense. He had no steals, no blocks. He got a technical foul, committed turnovers. But continue.
I'm just very disappointed in my team. I'm very disappointed, and I'm nervous. This is literally the last season we're going to get out of the Warriors that are going to maybe win the championship, right? Or, you could argue that KD and Clay and Boogie are all going to leave. At least Steph and Draymond. They're definitely still playoff contenders, but they're not championship contenders. When Kevin Durant joined that team, you talk about it all the time. That he made them unbeatable, right? So that's why Kevin Durant is such a what if. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's Kevin Durant comes back. If Kevin Durant comes back in the series, do you think the Warriors win it?
Well, yeah. For me, the way that I went about this series is very different from any series that Golden State's ever played in the past 2 seasons, because they don't have that security blanket in Kevin Durant. They don't have 4 All-Stars on the court. They don't. Anytime they make substitutions, they usually leave two of their All-Stars on the court. They don't do that because they don't have KD. So the thing to answer the question directly, if Durant comes back, yeah, they'll win. But it depends on when he comes back. Because let's say he comes back game 4, they're not going to be down 0-3. But let's say Toronto wins game 2, and then in Oracle they win game 3. Let's say, right, and Durant comes back game 4. They're going. I just don't see Toronto losing 4 straight games, especially in Toronto where they barely lose.
They only lost
They're
twice,
almost
right?
undefeated. Yeah, they lost game 1 against Orlando, which was a fluke, and against Philly in that series, which was a really competitive series for them. So to answer that question directly again, I think it all comes down to when he comes back, like literally like what game he comes back. Because if he goes back game 2, they're going to win the series in 6. If he comes back game 3, they're going to win in 7. If he comes back game 4, they'll win in 7. But it depends on what that series is. If they're down 2-1, let's say, and Durant comes back, they're going to win. If they're up 2-1, they'll win. If they're down 3-0, they're not
No
winning.
other team has ever came back
Yeah,
from 3-0.
Golden State would be the most equipped to do it, but like my prediction with the finals was I'm taking Toronto to win it if Durant doesn't play.
If Durant plays.
Or depending on what game he comes back in, because they already got that 1-0 lead. I predicted Toronto to win last night regardless, because even with Boogie playing, I mean, they didn't use him efficiently at all. Like, Boogie played 8 minutes, 3-point, and I get it. You don't want to mess up anything with the team. I know what Steve Kerr was trying to do, but there was a point last night when it was the fourth quarter, even in the third quarter, mostly like in the fourth quarter, when they took Boogie out, it wasn't working for them. Toronto was getting so many 2-for-1, so many steals, blocks, making all their shots, using everything to their advantage. And then I'm sitting here saying, don't you have DeMarcus Cousins? And it's like, okay, I know he's hurt. I get it. But when he's healthy, he's top 3 big in the game. Like, you got to put him in. Just put him out there as a body to create havoc, foul people.
You can literally do everything.
Exactly. Like, Siakam, for example, shot 17 shots, made 14 shots, was doing it from everywhere in transition, shooting the 3, driving, contested shots, everything. He was playing both sides of the floor well, passing the ball, rebounding, doing everything. At some point, someone has to hit Siakam on his butt. Got to make him fall. That guy could have been Draymond. That guy could have been Boogie. That guy could have been Clay. They didn't really use fouls to their advantage last night, I don't think, Golden State. And Golden State, like, the thing with Toronto that I see is, like, and, like, I've been saying this for months now about Toronto. Mostly weeks because it's been the playoffs. But Golden State, in the past 5 years, I'm going to say, under Steve Kerr, in the playoffs, every team they played against, no team, it's actually kind of unfair how good Toronto's defense is compared to each team that Golden State has played in their past. You could argue Cleveland in the finals when they came back from 3-1. You could argue LA Clippers this year. You can argue New Orleans in the past. But it's unparalleled how good Toronto is on defense. Like, Marc Gasol had a field day last night. He had a field day because no one's stopping Gasol down low.
Well, that's why you got to put Boogie on him.
Siakam had the game of his life. No one's guarding Siakam. And if anyone's guarding Siakam, it was Draymond. And Draymond didn't even play intense. Draymond looked like a bum out there. Draymond didn't play like Draymond.
He didn't look like his Draymond. Yeah.
Draymond didn't play defense. Oh, he's the best defender in the league, right? The best defender of all time. Mm-hmm. Then why did Siakam drop 32 on your head? And he didn't miss. Like, he barely missed. Like, they neutralized Kawhi, and everybody else stepped up, and that's the difference. The difference for me is the fact that they had 16 turnovers, 2 blocks, and 6 steals. Okay, not terrible on the defensive end, but they didn't block.
They turned
the ball over. Yeah, they turned the ball over way too much. They shot under 50% from the field. That's what's going to come down to. And they can hit their threes. They've done it. But when they do that ball movement stuff, right? Because when KD's off the floor, they move the ball more, which is good. But when KD's on the floor, obviously they're better with KD. Mm-hmm. I don't like that they're not better with KD because that's not true. It's just not true. It's insane. You take LeBron off any team, are they better? No. Like, you take Kawhi Leonard off the Raptors, are they better? No. So it's like, but anyway, so it's coming down to the defensive intensity, right? Because Toronto's defensive intensity is unparalleled in the league. They're the best defensive team, hands down, in basketball. Best defensive team that the Warriors have seen in the last 5 years. They're long, they're big, they're bad, they're dirty, they're scary.
It's their first finals. They're
Like,
ready.
You see, okay, against Portland, right? For example,
Mhm.
I'll just break it down. They do the ball movement, they run around. Steph and Clay run around like chickens with their heads off, whatever. They're good, but they're good at it. Like, that's how they win. And Portland couldn't stop them. Houston couldn't stop them. Clippers couldn't stop them. Now, mostly Houston and Portland because they don't have KD for those. When they do the ball movement and everything, and Draymond controls the offense, and Steph Curry just picks and pops, Clay picks and pops, stuff like that. Against Toronto, it doesn't work. Draymond tried to do those passes inside, steal, Gasol, steal, Kawhi, steal, Siakam, steal, Lowry, steal. Everybody, like, they're all contributing. They're all playing defense. And if Golden State can't overcome that, they're not going to win. And they need to play better defense on everybody because, like you said, they doubled Kawhi. It was good up until a point when the bench and the supporting cast started killing Golden State. At that point, you got to put a body on Gasol. You got to do something against Siakam. And you got to neutralize the shooters because you have Van Vliet and Danny Green who are drilling their shots last night. Gasol was making threes like it was nothing. Gasol had like 4 3-pointers in the first half. Siakam was drilling his shots, wide open shots too. Like, they have to play better defense.
Yeah, I'm just so speechless. Like, I was just like, Golden State's gonna win game 1. I was like, they're running off some momentum. They just won.
Toronto had more momentum.
I know, but they just won 6 in a row. Toronto won 4 in a row, but they just won 6 in a row.
Golden State's rest.
Yeah,
The fact
messed them up.
The fact that they swept Portland and Toronto played more games against Milwaukee helped Toronto.
No, yeah. Definitely didn't. And then they won 4 straight. I know Toronto, like you said, Toronto's a scary place to play. But the Warriors this game too, the Warriors need to win. The Warriors need to win. Steph, do you hear me? Steph Curry, hello. Do you hear me? The Warriors need to win. You and Clay, the Splash Brothers, 2015. Let's go back in time.
And the thing is that I want to just say real quick, Iguodala, his presence on the court was like nothing.
Like non-existent.
He didn't do anything. And he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Now you think, okay, you like Golden State doubling Kawhi. Even when he's ISOing on somebody, Iguodala is probably the best man to guard Kawhi. But then I'm sitting here, Iguodala's hurt. Who's guarding Kawhi? And they're not if they don't play Boogie, if they use him for 8 minutes, like that gets me annoyed because I'm not even a Warrior fan. I'm not a Raptor fan either. But like DeMarcus Cousins shouldn't be playing for 8 minutes in the finals. And I know he just got back, and I know you're throwing him out.
He's a big player.
He's arguably the best center in the league when he's healthy, arguably. Like, DeMarcus needs to be on the court in the end of that game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's not working. It wasn't working. Clearly, their schemes, nothing was working on offense. You bring Boogie in. Boogie came in last night. What'd he do? Remember what he did, that play? That crisp assist that he had to Clay?
But that's his impact.
And that's how he's going to impact the game.
Yeah.
You bring him out there to do plays like that, his presence on the court opens up the floor for the rest of them so much, tremendously. You don't even have to use Draymond as like that point forward because Boogie can do it. Boogie can be more physical on defense. That can impact Draymond to be more physical on defense. Steph Curry and Clay suddenly get more wide open when Boogie's on the court. Like, and now they don't have Iguodala. Like, probably not. Like,
I just do you think the Warriors won game 2?
Oh my God, I don't know.
I'm saying Warriors win. Maybe it's just because I love them. They're my team. So obviously I'm not going to be like, oh, they're going to lose. Like, what am I supposed to say? Obviously, I think the Warriors are going to win.
I don't know. When I saw Drake and Draymond trash talking and I saw Steph laughing, that kind of got me irritated.
Why?
Because you're not supposed to laugh. You just lost game 1.
I think just Steph was just brushing it off.
But you
like
don't
after
laugh.
you lose, but after you lose, like
you don't laugh.
No, I know, but like he was just like I think he was just laughing at whatever Drake said to Draymond. Like, you're trash.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Draymond's not trash.
Last night he was trash.
He had triple-double.
He was trash. He didn't do anything on offense.
Everybody had triple-double.
He was trash. He had triple-double. Russell Westbrook has triple-double.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to bring that. Yeah.
They lose. They never
go. But Draymond Green's not trash.
Russell Westbrook's better than Draymond.
No, I know. But Draymond Green's not trash.
Last night he played like trash.
Like, somebody that's trash is like Jacob Evans the third on the Warriors. Like
last
that's
night,
trash.
Draymond did not have a good game. He had triple double. He did not.
No,
play
I
well.
know, but like in general, Draymond Green is not trash. So I think Steph was just. What I'm just trying to say is
I
that
know what
Steph
you
was
mean.
just laughing it
yeah,
off.
but maybe Drake was looking at the fact that Draymond had 6 turnovers.
Yeah, I mean Drake is just the biggest troll, and I hate him. I hate Drake. I just hate what he does.
I'm learning to love Drake. I love what he's doing, honestly, because his troll game is stepping up like a lot, and he's getting.
I just want the Warriors to beat the Raptors.
He's getting into their heads.
Ready?
He's getting in their heads.
I hope the Warriors beat the Raptors in 6. And I hope Kawhi leaves.
I hope
Kawhi leaves.
You hope, but you gotta look at it from different standpoint.
No, I know. I just hope Kawhi leaves. What are you gonna do now, Raptors fans?
Okay. This is what. So back to the original question. What I think is gonna happen in Game 2. I know what you think. You think Golden State's gonna win.
Well, obviously. Well, like, what am I gonna say? The Raptors are gonna win. Obviously, I gotta be optimistic, right?
You gotta be objective.
Yeah, I know, but they're my team.
But that's being subjective.
Yeah, but. Like,
I know what you mean.
I love my team. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's series is over.
You
like
can't pick against them. I know what you mean. But the thing with me now, the way I look at it and the way everything is going, if they don't, it's all a bunch of ifs. And
But that's why this series is so good.
My heart is telling me go with Golden State. Like
your gut.
My gut's telling me go with Golden State. But I have a bad feeling that they're not gonna show up. And that bad feeling is causing me to pick Toronto to win Game 2.
So you're picking Toronto?
They don't have KD, do they?
No.
In Toronto.
Yeah.
And if they don't use if without Iguodala and if Boogie isn't used efficiently, they're screwed. They're screwed. If they don't make their shots and if they don't step it up on defense, they're screwed.
Yeah.
They're screwed. They're screwed.
Like Sunday 8:00 is the game.
They got it.
What do you think Steve Kerr is gonna have for this team? Like what is Steve Kerr gonna do differently?
If Iguodala is not going to be a presence, right? If Iguodala isn't going to be contributing, right? Because he's hurt. If Iguodala is going to be playing hurt, then they got to do a different lineup. They got to throw Boogie out there in the starting lineup. Or
they should have did that last night.
Boogie. No, they shouldn't have put Boogie out there, I don't think. Because he was coming off the injury.
Do you think they should start him Game 2 now?
I don't know if they start him, maybe, but I'm just saying use him more. Like, don't play him for
use him for like 20 minutes.
For 20, 25 minutes. Like, I would have left him out there the entire fourth quarter.
I don't know why they didn't. They didn't even play him.
Yeah.
They played him in the start of the fourth quarter,
exactly.
and they took him out.
When they took him out after
it was
2
a
minutes.
3-point game when he was in, and they took him out.
When they took him out, because then they got to put the starters in. I know what they did.
No, I know.
But what I'm saying is once they saw that they were getting beat up again and nothing was working, you got to do something. You have DeMarcus Cousins on your bench, for crying out loud. You have DeMarcus Cousins on your bench. That's how good Golden State is. DeMarcus Cousins on your bench. Like, use him. Like, Steve Kerr screwed up last night. He screwed up last night, and Draymond screwed up last night. And Steph. Not even Steph. The bench. Steph's still at 34. He just wasn't hitting shots. And before last night, Steph was arguably the best player in the playoffs. Like he hasn't had a bad game in a month. It felt like.
But like he still had 34 points.
Yeah, I mean, he had an okay game.
He had a good game.
A solid game. So I would say solid.
Like that's solid from Stephen Curry. But like he didn't go off for 40.
8 of 18 field goals, 4 of 9 3-points. I'm sorry, that's under 50% from 3. You're supposed to be the greatest shooter of all time in the biggest stage. This is your time to win Finals MVP. You got to step up, play better. Nobody played good on Golden State. Like, I don't know, because
it's so
they
unpredictable.
all committed turnovers. Like they were getting a little flustered by Toronto's defense. They just got everybody in their team plays D hard. Like that's scaring me if I'm a Warrior fan. If I'm a Warrior fan, I'm
obviously scared. I'm sitting here right now. I'm scared that they're gonna lose. I don't want to lose. You think I want to hear from everybody? Do you know how much I'm gonna hear from everybody?
And it's not
about
even,
the Warriors.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be
but
bad.
like that's like I don't know. I don't want them to lose. I'm scared. They just lost Game 1. Like wow, they haven't lost Game 1 in 5 years.
Golden State as a team, they shot 43%. That's not good. But here's a but. They out-rebounded Toronto.
Out-assisted.
They assisted. They moved the ball more, which you're gonna expect, and they shot way better from free throws. Arguably, large part was because Curry didn't miss a free throw, but that's normal. But like, they still they didn't play an efficient game, but they still out-hustled them to a degree, and Toronto still beat them.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I just think the Warriors they're pissed right now, right? You lose game 1 for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In
I just think
Toronto?
I know, but I just think that the Warriors are scary. Obviously, like they have a super team. They have the best super team
Yeah,
ever
But
assembled.
they don't have Durant.
No, I know, but like,
And they have a banged up Boogie.
No, yeah,
Who's not gonna be
but
used
like,
efficiently.
I just feel like Stephen Curry. I don't know. There's this weird feeling in me that says he's gonna have like 40 points.
I could see it happening.
Like, there's just this weird feeling that he's gonna have 40.
But what about anybody else?
Like Clay will have 30. Like the Splash Brothers will show up in game 2, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. Like they will combine for over 60 points.
I don't see it.
That's my bold prediction for game 2. The Warriors win it. Go back to Oracle.
I don't see
Arguably Kevin Durant comes back game 3. Because game 3 is on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because they do the 2 days. Which is good, gives him more time for KD to rest. That's what it is.
I mean, they need him. They need Durant. They need Durant to win the championship.
Yeah.
They cannot win without Durant. I don't think so.
Well, if Durant comes back and Curry still averages 30, he's still winning Finals MVP.
Curry's not the Finals MVP right now.
No, I know he's not.
You're saying if Golden State wins?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If Durant can't win the Finals MVP
In
if
3
Golden State
games.
wins.
In
No,
2 games, 3
he's
games.
not- Durant's not Finals MVP if Golden State wins and he comes back game 3, game 4. He's
It's
just
still
not.
Steph. Who else would you give it to?
Right now in Golden State, nobody deserves it as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
None of them. Like nobody on that roster should be the MVP of the Finals. None. I think number 1 Finals MVP right now is Siakam. Number 2
obviously.
is Gasol.
Isn't that weird? Talk about it.
And like number 3 is like Van Vliet
Yeah.
or like Kawhi. Like Kawhi didn't shoot the ball good at all, but he still shot 50% from 3.
No, yeah.
He went 5.
He took a step back last night.
Yeah, but he
everybody
still.
else.
But he put them ahead at a point. But I forgot what the actual score was when he made this 3. But he hit a contested 3 from the wing, and it put them up by like.
Do you remember when Danny
7.
Green hit that contested 3?
But that was like 2 possessions after. When
Yeah.
they were up by 9 or 10
Yeah.
now. So it's like Kawhi. But this is the thing with Kawhi. Kawhi, when he shows up at any point in the game, when he makes a shot like that, Toronto, the city of Toronto, that stadium goes crazy. All the players feed off of Kawhi's, like, I know this can sound crazy, but they're gonna feed off Kawhi's like energy per se.
Well, yeah,
quote
because
unquote.
they're in the finals for the first time
And
ever.
He's their best player, but like, he's a silent killer. But what I'm saying is, like, when Kawhi gets going, the whole team gets going.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Danny Green definitely had way more confidence to hit that 3 in the corner contested because Kawhi was showing up in the end.
Oh yeah.
Kawhi had a great fourth quarter.
So overall thoughts, game 2. Overall, like, who's gonna win? You go first.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
You say like our actual official prediction.
Warriors win game 2. Steph has 30 plus and Clay has 30 plus. That's my bold prediction. The Splash Brothers come back for game 2 and they play and they show up. Like that's just my prediction. That's just what I think. I don't know. There's just something telling me. Like how something's telling you that you should pick the Warriors, but you're probably not going to.
I have the inclination to pick Golden State, but like there's so many like what ifs, like you said, like there's so many like if Boogie is not used efficiently, they will lose. If Curry can't make his shots, they will lose. And I don't it's not that I can't see Curry not like it's not that I can't see Curry hitting his shots because obviously he can. He's the best shooter, and it's not that I can't say that Clay's not gonna hit his shots. And I'm not saying Golden State's not gonna bounce back. They have experience. They've done it the past 5 years. Like they're past 4 years actually. They're 3 out of 4. That's 75% winning percentage in the finals. That's insane. They have more of a shot to win the finals than to like miss a jump shot.
So overall predictions, who's winning? You gotta say it now.
I'm picking Toronto simply because of their defense, simply because they don't turn the ball over, simply because they make more shots. At least we've seen in this series, they play it more efficiently. They're deep, they're scary, and I don't know how Gasol is gonna get stopped down there. I don't know how Siakam is gonna get stopped. And if they start paying more attention to Gasol and Siakam, guess who's left open now? Not left open, but guess who has more leeway in scoring? Kawhi. Like I'm going Toronto. They're going to win by like 3.
All right.
They're going to win in such a close
That's the final
game,
predictions.
and they're going to be up in the series 2-0. I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to say it because I want to pick Golden State because I can't imagine Toronto being up 2-0. I can only imagine the series being tied 1-1 going into Oracle. But Toronto is different. They're a different team. They're not the Cavs. They're not Cleveland.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they don't have Durant, and they have a banged up Boogie who's not being used correctly.
It's literally Stephen Clay
and Dre.
Yeah.
But the fact, all the determinants with everything, I have to go Toronto. With everything that I said, I have to do it. They are not being stopped. The past 5 games, they've been unstoppable on both sides of the floor. Unstoppable. And Golden State still scored 109 points.
No, I know.
They still put points on the board.
But they just got outscored.
But Toronto just kills you from everywhere. Transition, 3-pointers, defense, driving.
I hope Kawhi leaves Toronto. I hope the Raptors lose.
See. But then he goes out west, probably.
Whatever. I'll take it this year. Like
then
just
you're
give
gonna
it.
Deal with him in your
just
division.
give it to me this year, and then just let them lose next year. Like I don't even care.
Right.
Like let the Warriors win 9 games next year. I don't care. Like,
all right.
Like just give me. Can you just give me this, please? Like, God, just give me this.
It's not gonna happen. It's
We'll
not
see.
gonna happen
We'll
unless
see.
Durant comes back.
We'll see.
All right. So I want to move on to the all the Rockets drama.
With CP3.
So what do you think Houston should do, like, considering everyone's available, with the exception of, like, Harden and Tucker? But that might be a lie.
No,
because
yeah.
Daryl Morey, like, has lied in the past.
No,
about stuff
yeah.
like that.
I don't know. Houston's in a tough place, right? Like
Because there's dysfunction.
No, yeah, definitely. So they just came off of a series where everybody was like, Houston was gonna win. Like that was Durant goes down, like, and
Houston had the best
chance to win, and it doesn't happen. So Houston, in my opinion, CP3. First of all, CP3 and James Harden are not getting along.
No way.
Because CP3 does not like the Rockets' offense.
Yeah.
They run isolation ball the whole time, either through CP3 or Harden.
Mostly Harden.
Harden, obviously. And then when Harden drives in, it's either lobs to Capella or PJ Tucker's wide open in the corner. That's how they play, but that's not a championship team.
No way.
That's no way a championship team.
No way.
So just imagine if they're playing against the Raptors.
Yeah,
There's no way. There's no way.
beating them.
There's no way. But just anyway, so I think that's CP3's first problem with the team. You heard that after the game, CP3 and Harden were arguing in the locker room because of, I think, CP3's like, this is not team basketball. This is not how I play. CP3 is literally the floor general, right?
Yeah.
He's the assist guy.
He's a Hall of Fame point guard.
No, yeah. And
top 10 point guard of all time.
no,
One of the greatest passes league's ever seen.
No, yeah. So he's the guy that sets up the plays, right?
Yeah.
But he wants to run a team basketball, like how Golden State plays team basketball,
Exactly.
how literally any other team plays team basketball in the league besides the Houston Rockets.
Maybe Milwaukee.
No, because they run it through Giannis.
Yeah, but the only reason why I'm saying Milwaukee is because against Toronto, like way
But
more
like,
ISO
okay, so
ball.
then we'll just say like
but
Toronto and Golden
mostly-
State, like those are the two teams, literally the two best teams in the league who play team basketball,
Exactly.
and that's why they win. But that's why Houston didn't win because
San Antonio, like
exactly.
all these good teams.
But like that's why Houston didn't win because they didn't play team basketball. And I think that's what gets CP3 going. It's like, I came here to win a championship, right? I came to help you, James Harden, to win.
Arguably, if they had Chris Paul last year, Game 7, they win.
Yeah.
They just happen to have the worst shooting night ever.
27 missed threes. Don't forget that.
No team has ever shot the ball worse.
No, yeah.
In history, like, one can say that's bad luck.
No, yeah. But it's like the Game 6, right? When the Houston lost at Houston. Like, Houston lost that game. Golden State didn't win.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Houston, they suck.
So now it's like, is CP3 the problem in Houston, or like who's the problem in Houston now? Do you blame
CP3's not the problem?
No, I know. I just wanted to ask you what you think.
No, I know, because I may get like scrutiny for that because everybody, like, Harden's a killer, right? He averaged 36 points per game.
Like who before you start?
Yeah.
Who do you blame? Like there's always somebody to blame when you lose a series, right? Usually it's the coach, right? So in this case it would be Mike D'Antoni. But is it Mike D'Antoni's fault that they lost?
Yes.
It is.
It's him and Harden. It's mostly D'Antoni because D'Antoni decides to not coach the Rockets.
And he just lets James Harden coach.
He's
like a player coach.
It's not even that.
Harden.
It's not even that. It's not even that he's a player coach. It's D'Antoni loves this ISO ball with Harden. He loves it. And it works in the regular season.
Well, didn't he do it with the Knicks, right? When he used to coach the Knicks with Melo.
But not ISO.
No, but not as much. But Like
he did it. His system that worked was when he was in Phoenix with Steve Nash. He got Steve Nash to win 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
They went to Western Conference Finals.
And arguably we think it's going to be honest, but like
It's not
Harden's up for
MVP
another
candidate.
MVP.
Yeah. Like D'Antoni system, it's not even a system, but like it works to a degree. But Daryl Morey said that D'Antoni has a year left on his contract. Daryl Morey, the GM of the Rockets, said that they're going to keep D'Antoni for the next year. D'Antoni has no intention of signing an extension. So what do? Okay, Daryl Morey's being
do you trade CP3?
Yeah, because you want to keep D'Antoni and you want to be a donkey like that, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like Daryl Morey's pissing me off, and I'm a big CP3 fan.
Oh yeah.
I love CP3.
I got you a shirt of him.
But the way that I'm looking at this though, from the objective standpoint, Chris Paul is absolutely right. He's getting on Harden's ass because Harden decides to play iso ball. Harden doesn't move the ball. There's 24 seconds on the shot clock. Harden has the ball 18, 19 seconds, and Chris Paul isn't being used like Chris Paul. That's why players will say he's in quote-unquote decline. I don't believe it. I know that contract is messy, and I know by the time he's 37, he's going to be paid over $40 million in salary. That's insane. I know. It's an insane deal. Houston has to move it. Now, the most logical thing for me, if they're going to keep D'Antoni, if they're going to keep Harden,
is trade CP3.
If they're going to keep this ISO system, they got to get rid of CP3 because Harden and Chris Paul, they're both like Harden's a playmaker to a degree. Harden led the league in assists 2 years ago. Harden, or he might have led the league in assists when he won the MVP.
So it's like, why do you need CP3?
Yeah, like you don't need CP3 necessarily, and you can move.
By the way, they're running their offense.
Yeah, you could move CP3 right and Capella in a 3-team deal to get assets.
Who?
To get I don't know, maybe a pick of some sort, maybe other good players. I don't know right now because I don't know like what the story is. I don't have any sources that are telling me anything.
Because like nothing is like come out.
It's just rumors and there's all speculation.
But we know definitely that something is going on.
If anything, I think Chris Paul paired up with Greg Popovich, San Antonio is perfection. I think if he goes to New Orleans, Pelicans,
that'd be nice.
Sick.
CP3 in San Antonio with DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
DeMar DeRozan may get traded, and that's the thing because DeMar DeRozan now there's rumors that he might get traded because of the failure in San Antonio. Now
that wasn't his fault.
Yeah, no, but like I was pissed watching San Antonio against Denver. You want to know why?
Why?
Game 7, there was 26 seconds left. They didn't foul.
Yeah.
And then Denver had a go-ahead bucket. Like I was watching it with I was watching it with one of my roommates, and we were getting pissed. I was like, I don't like San Antonio anymore. I don't like them, but I know the play style they play. So I'm saying there's a 3-team deal now, right? You can involve a deal where Houston gets DeRozan. Let's say Houston could get DeRozan and pair him up with Harden, and DeRozan doesn't need the ball in his hands. DeRozan's a slasher. DeRozan's a good player.
He's an inside scorer.
DeRozan's a wing. Harden can have the ball, and Harden can play point. Honestly, with the system that D'Antoni runs, Harden should be the point guard. They can do something where they get rid of Capella because Capella's contract is not abysmal like Chris Paul, but Capella doesn't seem to be quote-unquote like a good fit there. I know what they do, and I know how they play.
Well, I feel like all he does is just catch lobs.
Yeah, but Capella could be traded to a team, and Capella's value is high. Capella has good value because he plays defense.
Lakers.
Maybe the Lakers, because you could pair up Chris Paul with LeBron. They want to play with each other. The Lakers could sign Klay Thompson. There's all fun things they could do. They could do a sign and trade, right? Where a 3-team deal with the Lakers, Spurs, and Rockets to somehow get Capella out of there. Maybe Capella goes to the Lakers, and maybe Chris Paul goes to the Spurs. Maybe DeRozan goes to the Houston. If anything, I think the most logical thing is to get Chris Paul's contract to the Spurs, get DeRozan out. The Spurs can make a splash in free agency with somebody, pair him up with
sign
someone.
KD.
Maybe, honestly, KD met with the Spurs the year he met with Golden State.
Yeah.
So it's like anything's possible.
I mean, I don't think KD's going to the Spurs.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Anything's possible, but with this Rockets drama, they got to get rid of Chris Paul because the GM has publicly said that he wants to keep D'Antoni and he wants to keep this stupid non-championship offense for another year. So get rid of Chris Paul. You don't need him.
But they're not even like. I feel like they're not even the best threat in the West. Like
they're not.
Even once, like.
But the thing is, all right. This is another thing. They're in a sticky situation. I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Who last year had the best chance of beating Golden State last year?
The Rockets.
When they had Durant.
Yeah.
They almost beat him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Durant's going to leave, right?
Mhm.
Maybe. DeMarcus Cousins is going to leave, maybe. Klay Thompson's going to leave, maybe.
See how you said maybe?
Yeah, because they're all maybes. They're all
Yeah,
maybes.
yeah.
So now, let's say the Rockets keep their guys for the next year, and Golden State falls apart, and no team in the West necessarily gets better. Maybe the Lakers, but you could definitely argue that Houston could win the West next year if Golden State falls apart.
Yeah, but do they win?
Definitely. I mean, they got eliminated the last 2 years because of Golden State.
Yeah. But what is
Right?
hard? What are the Rockets going to do differently? James
Win.
Harden goes, I know exactly what to do.
I
Well,
don't
why
think-
didn't you do it the last 5 seasons? You got eliminated.
The last 2 seasons.
No,
With Golden State.
They've gotten eliminated in the last
No, but I'm
5
talking about,
years
like,
3
I'm
times.
talking about with Chris Paul.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
with Chris Paul.
With Chris Paul.
Mhm.
Last year, they were, like, not supposed to go to the championship, but they had the best chance
Yeah,
out
they were
of
up
anybody.
3-2.
They were going to win Game 7 if Chris Paul played. I'm telling you that if Chris Paul played
Well,
that
they had
game,
to
they were
make
going to win.
they had to make a couple more 3-pointers.
Yeah, they just happened to
27
have,
3-pointers.
they just happened to have the worst shooting night ever, which is an anomaly for Houston, who was the best 3-point shooting team in the league last year.
Mhm.
So now you're saying, okay, this year they didn't get it done. They didn't get it done. They lost to Golden State.
Mhm.
Now, if Golden State crumbles, and let's say Houston in the playoffs don't see Golden State, I mean, who's necessarily beating Houston in a 7-game series other than Golden State? If Golden State gets worse and no team gets better necessarily.
Do you think the Nuggets can?
I don't know. I don't know about Portland.
No, I definitely don't think Portland.
Denver, maybe.
I think it literally just depends on what happens in free agency. That's
But
what it
I don't-
is.
But, like, I don't know.
Do you realize that this free agency that's coming up is like one of the biggest free agencies like
Yeah,
ever?
it's going to shift the tide of the
The
league.
league, literally.
Like, the Warriors aren't going to be the best anymore.
I know. And it's just crazy. So, overall thoughts on CP3 trade. So
They got to get him out.
So trade CP3, get
Maybe.
assets,
And
maybe.
move Capella in a
Move
3-team
Capella.
deal.
So
in a
trade
3-team
those
deal.
two.
In the same 3-team trade.
Mhm.
I
Because if the GM of the Rockets wants to keep Harden, obviously keep Harden, but then keep D'Antoni too.
think. Yeah. They want to keep that
But
disgusting
Chris
system.
Paul doesn't want D'Antoni.
Chris Paul doesn't want to play in that system,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think.
So,
But he could play there.
but what team would take Chris Paul's contract? Like, who is willing to take that?
I don't know. They're in a bit of a trap. That's what I'm saying.
Like they gave him way
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much
yeah.
money.
But that's the thing, because if I'm Houston, I wait until free agency's over to make a move. Honestly.
Yeah, like in August or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'd wait. I'd definitely wait, and just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Just see where these players go.
No, yeah.
Because you can say you can look at the West and say which teams get better, which teams get worse, and then Houston, if they feel comfortable with what they have, they don't have to move anything.
No, yeah, definitely.
But they obviously don't feel comfortable with what they have because of all the stuff that's going on with them.
No, yeah. But it's just crazy. And now we get to wait for Game 2 on Sunday. So, do you think that wraps it up for today?
Yep,
Yeah, that was good. That was a great episode. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll have definitely
Thank
another
you.
episode after Game 2.
Definitely.
After Game 2, probably that Monday or Tuesday. The game's on Sunday. You're either gonna hear me be very happy or be very mad, and it's gonna be blasphemous. I'm very nervous. I'm just so nervous. I'm gonna be
We'll see
glued
what
to that
happens.
TV. I'm gonna be glued to that TV. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.